Welcome back to my channel. This is Jill here from Ask a Vet Tech. Today we're going to be building a DIY large capacity chicken feeder that is automatic. You don't have to do anything once you fill it. The first thing you're going to need is a kit from Amazon. That's where I purchased this. It's orange and white and it comes with everything you need minus the drill and the trash can. It comes with the feeder itself, a rubber gasket or a silicone gasket that's kind of tough to put on. You need to make sure that that bugger is nice and flat and tight to the brim of that feeder piece. And I had to install them on every single one of them. The chickens will put their head in right there and they'll be able to reach the food. And this here is a hole saw. It is used to cut through things and making a big circular pattern. There is a drill in the middle that starts the hole, and then once that is secured through the plastic, it will then cut a circular hole into the plastic. We need this big guy. So we're going to just drop it into the husband's drill that we borrowed and tighten her up. You want to make sure that that is nice and tight in there. You do not want any wiggle room or any slop in it. So if it is loose at all, you need to tighten it again. That's what it looks like. These teeth are really vicious, so you're going to want to watch your fingers. This is not a child project. This is an adult project. You're going to need a big old trash can. This is one I got from Menards. It's 25 bucks. Pretty cheap. Way cheaper than any feeder I bought. Now we're going to put it together. First thing I did was set it up on a table because I like to work ergonomically. And I decided where I wanted to put it. I wanted to make sure the chickens could put their head in there and reach to the bottom if they needed to. If for some reason I was being lazy and wasn't keeping their feeder full, they'd still be able to reach the food in the bottom. Let's cut a hole right there. If you've ever used one of these, just know that it can jump around a little bit. The goal here is to get the drill drilled through the plastic, which makes it stable. It holds it into place, and then from there, the hole saw will not bounce around. That thing right there, that is the drill, and it has a spring around it, in this case, to keep you from having to pop out the plastic. It'll just be waiting for you right there. Here we go. We're going to get drilling through this, and as you can see, right there we dropped through. That was the drill made it through, and now we're cutting with the teeth, and the drill is just circulating in there. It's going to be a lot of waste. Be ready for that. Look at all that. We got to clean that up before we assemble it. We don't want the chickens eating it. So this is why there is a spring there. It holds that piece of plastic from getting stuck down inside the hole saw. And you can just twist it right off there. I'm going to recommend something right here though. I want you to make sure that you do not have your finger on the drill when you're touching that part, because if you do, you can cut your finger really bad. There we go. Cleaned it up. Hole number 2. This one, less messy. Hole number 3. As you can see, that's exactly what I meant right there. There's a button I can push to make it so that I can't use the drill no matter what. And there are our 6 holes. We got them all drilled. They're not all perfect. All right, so now comes the fun part. The part is actually a little bit challenging, and if you have a spare set of hands, this is where you'd want them. I did not have a spare set of hands, so this is why I'm doing it by myself. So you're going to want to pop them through. That's the way they need to be. So if you think about it, the trash can is going to be sitting the opposite way when you're feeding your chickens. So you need that little lip on the top side so that it'll keep rain out and the chickens still can reach their head in there and get the food. This little ring goes on there, the flat side against the trash can, and we're just going to hold it and turn it until it starts to catch. Once it catches, I stick my hand in through the other hole. I put pressure on the backside and then I screw it in as I'm holding pressure, and it tightens up really quickly. As you can see, we're going to do it just the same way. Go a little bit slower so you can see it. Just hold it, stand it back up. Some of them go on really easily, and a couple of them I had a little bit of trouble with, but I think it was just the roundness of the trash can that was pushing it away and it wasn't letting it grab very well. And here we go. We're going to do another one. Got 2 in so far, working on number 3. It needs to be nice and tight, just like that, okay? So hold some pressure there, and then screw that on nice and tight. I give it a pretty good yank. I want to make sure that it's going to stay. It's just a rinse and repeat at this point. So you're just going to continue to place the PVC feeders through the hole and tighten them up, making sure that they're snug and that they fit well. Here's an inside look. This one, I reached in, used my forefingers to put pressure against the bottom of the trash can and pushing my thumb. So basically my fingers and my thumb meet on the underside, putting pressure, pulling that forward. You see that right there? So I want to make sure that that gap is closed up. So I'm going to put some pressure there and then I'm going to tighten it till it's nice and tight. Here goes the last one. Holding some pressure there, some firm pressure there, and giving it a good shake. As you can see, those are installed, and that black hole is where the feed's going to be. We got it all put together now. Let's talk about these caps. Meant to keep rodents out, to help you when you're filling it so the feed doesn't splash out. And it also helps if it's raining really hard or something and it's splashing up really bad. You could put those in to protect the feed and keep them dry. Most importantly, it's for rodent control. I'm hauling over some cement blocks. I have no idea how many I'm going to need, but we're going to just set them all out, see what happens. These chickens are so brave. They don't know how many times I've dropped cement blocks. So I decided to go with 4. They love anything new you do to the Cooper run. Then once I put the trash can there, I went, this isn't going to work. As you can see, off to the left side there, if I was a chicken, I wouldn't be able to eat out of that. So I decided, let's remove a couple. I moved 2 on out, and I just left the trash can sit on 2. I do have some pavers below that I was like, yeah, I don't really like how this looks. Let's move them over a little bit. I thought about just cutting a big piece of wood and putting underneath of it, but I had these cement blocks laying around from another project, and I thought, well, might as well use those. So here we go. We're going to get it filled. Now, I left those caps in there so that I can fill it and not worry about the feed flying out. I have a little bit of a bag here. I hate these little things. I should have brought my knife. But if you pull it just right, it will open. And everyone apparently is starving right to death, so we must feed them. Here's a bag of layer feed. I use the pellets because my turkeys seem to like them better, and they're usually less wasteful. Now a bag of sunflower seeds. A mouse did get into this bag and did eat half the bag, so I thought, well, might as well give it to the ladies. They'll finish it out. And I could have put more feed in there, but that's all I had on hand. Snap the lid on nice and tight. Make sure you like where it's at. Open the little things and let them enjoy. Well, I'd say that they do like it. It is even suitable for the turkeys. They're able to eat out of it just fine. They're a little bit more wasteful than the chickens because they take a big mouthful and only eat a little bit. It's such a very small amount that I'm not even worried about that. And these gals seem to like it. They have no problem with it, and I'm really ecstatic that I have a dry place for their feed. I have 40 hens and 2 turkeys, and this is going to save me a lot of time. I can dump their feed in there, just focus on getting their water and moving on for the day. I was looking for something that's a little bit easier to feed them in the winter, because in the winter their feed amount that they need goes up. So instead of having to wonder if I'm giving them enough feed, I don't have to wonder anymore. They'll just eat what they need or want, and I don't have to worry about that. If you enjoyed this content and you want to see more chicken content, click the animal playlist. I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, I'm here for you. You're here for your pet. Have a great day.